Hello, everyone. Happy Sunday.
Hello, everybody. How y'all doing today?
Hope y'all having a good day today.
Yeah, trying this new setup here, so I'm just trying to see. Actually, I don't have to be that close to the mic.
Oh, you don't? Right. Okay. So today we supposed to been had a guest come on today, a good friend of mine, Aubrey Etheridge, but he sent me a message and said I'm not going to be able to make it. Something came up or something happened, so detour. We're gonna have to do that interview another time, and
Another place.
yeah, and just wing with it today. And
Well, I actually want to say thank you, everybody, for joining us. Welcome to the Goddard's Real and Raw podcast.
That's right.
I'm Pedro.
And I'm Tara.
Yeah, can't forget that part.
Yeah. Forgot about that part, didn't I?
Hope you're all having a good weekend so far, wherever you are, daytime or is it morning, or some places it's early afternoon.
Right.
And over here it's evening. We're at 9 o'clock in the evening.
Mm-hmm.
In the UK.
That's right.
But our fellow brethren in Alabama and the South and California, I think California is still morning.
Probably so.
Yeah, they're still more. It's 8 hours behind, so they're still in the morning. It's 11 o'clock, I think.
Right.
Yeah, so big up to my brother.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, actually, both brothers, Marcus and
and Justin. Yeah. Okay.
So that's it. But yeah, they're still. He probably still just waking up.
Probably so.
Knowing him.
Probably so.
That's Justin. It is. Marcus probably been up, but Justin definitely he probably just waking up.
Yeah.
Well, I just want to thank everybody for joining us today and coming on.
Yeah.
We just wanted to say that we was like Tara said, my beautiful wife said, we didn't have anything planned because we had something planned, but it didn't work out.
Yeah.
So we're gonna just ring a little bit. We're gonna talk. Hopefully, you guys can
hang with us,
comment.
Mm-hmm.
And if you have something you want to talk about or if you have a question, please put it in the comments.
That's right.
And we'd be happy to talk about it or discuss it.
Yeah.
And we can just go from there.
Okay.
So pretty much, so Tara, how was your week so far?
I had a good week. I really did. I had a good week. I'm glad that my sister-in-law is here to visit with us.
Yeah, he beat me to the punch.
And so yeah, I've been having a good time talking to her and catching up and
my baby sisters.
Right. And now that school is out, I'm gonna be looking forward to spending time with the children. But the week went by pretty quickly. You know, I felt like I got somewhat rest, been able to sleep in a little bit. I can't complain. I didn't feel good a couple of days.
I had 2 days off and I still didn't get no rest.
Well, but I feel more rested. I must admit, I had a headache for like a couple of days that just didn't go away, and finally I feel better. And
that's only because you were stressing. I was stressing you. If anybody asked, I was stressing you.
Yeah, he always stresses me.
That's why I left you behind yesterday in the car.
Right. But yeah, I'm just glad that we're here today on Sunday and to start a new week. Yeah. And to how was your week?
Very busy work, and then my 2 days off. I was actually in London, not for work, but I was in London for a podcast.
Oh, right, the podcast convention.
Yeah, podcast convention.
Yeah.
It was the first day was very, how can I put it, busy.
Right.
It was a lot going on.
Mm-hmm.
The not the interviews, but like the lectures were cool.
Right.
But they were kind of like podcasters. I don't know. I thought that they would have more like questions and answers.
Right.
But it wasn't really questions and answers. It was more like talking. They were just talking about their podcast, and a lot of it was how to monetize your podcast,
which we want to do.
Which we want to do at some point, but that's not our sole purpose. Our purpose right now is just to put a content that people can come and listen and enjoy,
right,
and just have good fun.
Definitely,
it'd be nice to be monetized. I mean, yeah, we can upgrade a couple of things and stuff like that,
right?
Because the money will go straight into the podcast.
Yeah.
But it's not like number one on my list.
Right.
I want I like to build viewership where people are listening or watching.
Right.
And just put a content out there that people will enjoy.
Yeah.
Be real and raw and be transparent, and be just put things out there that people can relate to.
Right.
As the average person, because like we always say, we're not professionals at all.
Right.
You see a lot of podcasts, a lot of professional athletes,
Right.
Celebrities, actors,
Right.
Marriage counselors, pastors.
But we got experience with life.
Yeah. I'm just saying, we give more of a life,
a real life effect.
A real life effect. That's what we want to give. More like a real life, like what we've been through and how we work through it. How God, help us work through our issues and work through our lives, to make us better from where we was before to where we are now.
Right.
So I think that's more my path that I would like to go.
Right.
I know you prayed this week all through the house.
I did.
And you was asking God to allow us to get some people to come on, and we actually got a good response.
Not just that, not just with people coming on the podcast, but with everything in our lives.
No. I'm saying with everything in our lives, you did pray for that, but then you also prayed that we can. And we got a couple of people already that have said that they would love to be on the podcast.
Yeah.
So hopefully in the next couple of months we will have them on.
Yeah.
People like folks from mental health.
Yeah.
Even though this is Mental Health Month, to I have an Asian brother that wants to come on and talk about being Asian in the UK. It's gonna be he's a good guy to talk to, dealing with some things, so he's gonna come on and talk.
Yeah.
And then we have another lady with an issue with her marriage that she wants to come on and talk.
Yeah.
So that's good. So I mean, we just want to encourage. We want to open up to everybody, anybody and everybody. We're just going to put it out there right now.
Yeah.
If you'd like to come on and talk,
you have a story,
have a testimony, have anything that you might just want to talk about, you could just reach us at the Goddard's Ministry at gmail.com. That's the Goddard's Ministry at gmail.com.
That's right.
And hit us up. Tell us a little bit about yourself. Tell us what you want to talk about. Yeah. And we'll hit you back, and then we'll get the ball rolling, and hopefully we'll have you on, and we'll discuss and learn from each other.
That's right. Saturday.
And heal from each other. So
definitely.
But other than that, my week was pretty good. I mean, a lot of driving, but it was good.
Was it a lot of people at the podcast convention?
Yeah, it was a lot of people. Yeah. I will say this: COVID is not. I probably saw maybe a handful of people that were wearing masks, but the majority of people were not wearing masks.
A lot of people I'm not wearing.
Yeah, they're not wearing their masks no more. Met a couple of famous podcasters.
Hi, Frederica.
Hey, cuz. That were on. That were there. That were just there, networking and stuff.
Yeah.
I pretty much sold my soul to Shure.
But look, we was able to get something out of it, though.
Yeah.
That's the good part.
I was able to get a couple of headphones.
Yeah, that wasn't cheap.
And I got this stand for my mic.
Don't hit the mic stand.
Oh, it makes a noise?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, I got this stand for my mic, so I can have more of a desktop for my mic instead of the boom.
Right.
I like the boom, but the boom sometimes gets in my way. As we're limited for space. So I like that. So I was able, and I got a couple of sunglasses and things like that. And so I did. Yeah, I
had a good time.
Yeah, I had a good time. I had a real good time. Yeah, it was tiring though, but I had a good time.
But what would you say? You think any other podcasters that's out there? You think if they know about this convention, because it wasn't just in London, it was in other places, or going to be in other places in the world that they can go to and get some information if they want to, broaden their horizon for their podcast. Would you say was Brushsprout out there?
No, Brushsprout was not out there. The feeds were not out there. They was more the platforms.
Okay.
So like we was able to get onto Amazon Music. We're now on Amazon Music. There was a couple of, like I said, it was mostly a lot of companies for to make money or to like subscribe, have like to upgrade. So like we do a podcast and then we have specific subscribers that will pay us.
Right.
And then we give them extra content on top of what we're already doing.
Right.
So it was a lot of programs like that was out there. BBC, I can't remember which one it was. BBC something music. BBC
Sound.
BBC Sound. There we go. Right. They was out there. Spotify, Amazon, like I said.
All the platforms that people use
all the platforms, all the
for music or
podcasting.
A
couple of sites that we can rent. If we want to do a podcast, we can rent the booth.
Right.
Or if you want to do a video, or I think that you can rent their booth. They was out there, and a lot of other equipment, mics, and sound equipment. Found is really nice. It's not even out yet. They don't even have a price for it. They just launched. It's called Zoom. Oh man, it's called Noma.
Noma.
Okay. Right, and it's a way that when you interview, it has a little box, and it's in a little container, and you in a charger. So you take it out, you take the container off, and it has a box like a little cube with 4 mics, and you can just put the mic on you, and you can do a podcast, you can do an interview, you can be outside, inside, anywhere you want to be.
Right.
It's like a portable device that will allow you to do different interviews and stuff and different things. I was like, wow, that's nice.
Yeah.
But he was like, they don't have a price yet because they haven't even really launched it. They just kind of opened up that day. They just started the company, literally that Wednesday.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, because it was Wednesday and Thursday, right? So that Wednesday, yeah.
So they're gonna have some more stuff that we can actually buy.
Yeah, I told them. I said my wife was gonna be like, "Oh, we got to get this," and I was like, "Oh, thank you."
I always think it's good to upgrade your stuff in your podcast or music world. Get you some new microphones, new board.
Yeah, we got enough microphones. Thank you.
No, I'm just saying. I think
unless Joe wants to give us some,
right.
To test,
but that's why we're gonna do the sponsoring thing. But I'm just more saying, I think it's good for people. If you want your stuff to be good, sound good, and you need to make sure you have the proper equipment to be able to get that sound that you're looking for.
That's true.
So, you get what you pay for.
Oh, what we paid for is good.
Right. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. You get what you pay for, basically. So,
driving me crazy.
Yeah.
Stressing my head.
Hey.
Gonna cause us the divorce.
Oh my goodness.
All the things you be trying to buy.
No.
Like,
No.
Pump your brakes.
Nah.
Slow your roll, woman.
No, that's not the beat at all. Period. So.
But I don't see. Yeah, so it was a good week. Of course, we'd be remiss if we don't send out our prayers and best wishes to the families in Texas.
That's right, Buffalo.
And Buffalo, right? I can never remember that it's Buffalo for some reason.
Yeah.
But yeah, Buffalo and Texas. Just really sad and scary, and it's just so many emotions just go through our brain.
Yeah, it was really saddening to me because you think about them children was the ages 7 to 10. And those kids made me think about my own children.
Was it 11 or 7 to 11?
I think it was like 7 to 10. It was somewhere in that
range.
It was
11, but it doesn't matter. They still, unfortunately, were murdered.
Yeah, in Texas. Yeah. And then you think about the people the hate crime that was also in Buffalo. It's just so much evil stuff going on in the world. It's like, when do it end? But, I say pray for your children going out, going in, pray for yourself, your family, period. That's number one is because you just never know where it's going to be around the corner, what things can happen. So.
Sure. Then we talk about, so those that don't know, I do a talk show called Talking Point with Ray Patrick and Angela and Zenia.
Yeah.
And this past month we've been doing addiction.
Right.
And it's been very enlightening. We talked about different addictions in life, and it's just amazing the things that we could be addicted to. Last night we talked about being addicted to church, and it was very eye-opening to myself because it made me realize that I'm an addict. And by that I mean it was just the opening of that. We sometimes go to church for the wrong reasons.
Right.
We go to church because we just feel that's the right thing to do, or we go to church because we say, or
make us feel closer to God.
Right, we make it feel closer to God, or if I don't go, I don't feel right.
Right.
And that's not the reason why we should be going to church.
The
reason why we should be going to church is because church is a place of refuge where we go when you're broken and you need to be healed.
Right.
And you go so that you can fellowship with the other members, be around like-minded people.
Right. That's important.
But the main thing is you don't go there to find God. When you go to church, God should already be with you. because when you go to church, you've been having church all week. So we get into the habit of 6 days a week. You know, he says 6 days a week you shall labor and do all thy work.
Mm-hmm.
But we do that, but we forget all about God. And then that one day, Sabbath day, we go into church. We're like, oh Lord, oh God,
right,
find me, help me.
Mm-hmm.
And
when he was actually there all along.
He was there the whole other 6 days.
Right.
So I learned that. I learned about that yesterday. So that was very enlightening.
Mm-hmm.
To learn about that we can be addicted to church.
Right.
Because as members or even as Christians, we wouldn't think that you could be addicted to church. I also found out something important. Like when somebody now, because like especially with my job, I go into a home
mm-hmm.
and somebody says, "Oh, you know, what denomination are you?" You know, or they say, "Oh, you don't like." They say, "Oh, would you like some? Do you eat pork?" And I'm like, "No, I don't eat pork because I'm Adventist." And
we got to stop saying that.
Right, we got to stop saying that. You say I don't eat pork because it's a sin.
Right.
We got to stop. We fantasize or romanticize
on religion
to the fact of like, you know, like, oh, we're Adventist. So, and I can see that because that's why sometimes people think, oh, you're better than us. No, we're not better than you. We sin just like you. We do things just like you. We have our issues just like you, if not worse than you sometimes.
Right.
And I got the other phrase, addicted by, I'm an addict, but I'm saved by grace.
We all saved by grace.
That's right. You know, they say, you know, we're a sinner, but
mm-hmm.
I'm an addict, but I'm saved by grace because I'm an addict. But God has saved, no matter what. As we was talking yesterday,
mm-hmm.
it says that I may be bad and an addict, an addiction that I have now,
mm-hmm.
but God has brought me through some addictions that I've had
mm-hmm.
to help me through those addictions.
Right.
And He's working on the ones that I have now.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll always be an addict to something.
Right. I agree.
The goal is to try to not be addicted to anything, but
mm-hmm.
the love of loving Jesus and letting Him change you and mold you and be a better person that you can be each and every day. Knowing that you may fall, knowing that you may slide back, knowing
mm-hmm.
that you may not always do the right thing.
Mm-hmm.
That's not the issue here. The issue is just that knowing that God has your back in everything that you do. He always loves you. His love is unconditional.
Definitely.
His love is unwavering.
Mm-hmm.
And He will always love you and be there for you. He
right.
always wants you. So with that in mind, we have to remember that going forward.
Definitely. And one thing that I realized when I listened to the series that you guys was doing, that we all was a part of, that God,
because you saying
right, but God don't like religion at all. Period.
Mm-hmm.
He don't like religion. If you really think about how He was with the
Pharisees,
with the Jews as well. You know what I mean? Because they practiced God and they was the teachers, remember? And then they were so hooked up on the religion part of it, you know what I'm saying, that they didn't get the point. Right.
They were so hooked on the rules
mm-hmm.
and following the rules
mm-hmm.
that they didn't realize that the main rule is just to love the Lord.
Yeah, just to love God. Mm-hmm. Period. Because God doesn't judge anyone.
Nope.
That's the thing. God wants to save everyone. That's the love that He has.
No matter who you are, right. No matter what you've done,
mm-hmm.
God still loves you no matter what.
Mm-hmm. And so, all of those series is very enlightening. If you want to look up those programs that we are talking about here, it's on YouTube at the Londonville Seventh-day Adventist Church. You can look them up. Community, was it?
I believe so.
Communications.
Breaking Addiction.
Right, Londonville's Communication. You can look that up on YouTube, and it was called Breaking the Addictions, right?
I don't remember because I was on the Zoom.
Oh, right. But anyway, you can look that church up and you will actually see those different, on that platform, you can be able to see the different addictions that they covered over there. So they was talking about all types of stuff, addiction to sex, addiction to social media, addiction to...
It's called the Londonville
mm-hmm.
SDA Church. So
right.
LONGDENVILLE.
Right.
SDA Church.
Right. You can look that up.
Yep. And they're in Trinidad.
Mm-hmm. So they had some really good stuff over there, and I think we all need to be, educated on different things. It's always good to know about new things and how you can be a better person. And sometimes just looking at different programs can really help enlighten some things that you don't know. to make you better. And also get some singing out of it, because I did sing for the whole program. So you can go be blessed through song and through the word.
Yeah. And you did live 3 days. One day we were traveling, so you had to do it by video. But yes.
Yeah.
So we thoroughly enjoyed that. I definitely did. So I guess we're going to go into what we was going to talk about.
Yeah.
And we're actually going to talk about being addicted to your phone.
Yes.
So we figured we will.
And you don't want me to share the screen?
No.
I think it's good that we share it so people can see.
No, they don't need to see, because why do they need to see? We just need to see.
Okay, fine. I like showing so people can see. That's the whole point.
They're looking at us. They're looking at our beautiful faces.
They'll still be able to see us.
No, they don't need to see the screen.
Okay.
The screen is just...
If y'all want to see the screen, let me know and I'll put it on. And if you don't, we'll keep it the way it is. So, because it could be good for them too, for the people that are viewing and they're gonna be viewing later.
Fine.
You get me?
No.
Okay.
But I never get you. That's why you're my wife.
Okay. So you know what? Since you don't want to do it, I'm not gonna push on it.
Okay. I mean, we could just talk about it and say, you want to do your first question?
Yeah, but I like it when people able to see.
Why don't you just put it up there? Because you just keep trying and trying.
I know.
So just put it up.
I will. Thank
Jeez.
you.
My goodness, it's gonna drive me crazy. That's why I left you yesterday in the car.
Oh, see, that's messed up.
That's just why I left you yesterday in the car.
Anyway.
The only reason why I didn't drive further away is because your daughter started crying like crazy. I had a conniption fit.
Okay. So they can still see us. All right. So the first one here. What do it say there? Go ahead and read it, Peter.
How long does it take for you to check your phone in the morning?
How long do it take for me to check my phone in the morning?
5 minutes.
No.
Yes, it does.
No, it does not. Let me tell you, when I got up this morning, no, literally, let me say this. When I got up this morning,
Listen,
I'm telling the truth.
This, don't lie.
I'm being truthful.
Okay.
So what had happened was, when I got up this morning.
Wait, when anybody says what happened was, they about to lie?
I'm not about to lie. I don't have a lying bone in my body.
Oh, see what I mean?
Okay.
That's another lie.
I take that back. Okay, so what I'm saying is that when I got up this morning, I got up, I looked at my phone, but I did not proceed to pick it up and look at it. So what I did do...
Wait. Stop for a minute. You looked at your phone. So you looked at your phone. That's looking at your phone.
No, I didn't look it up. I didn't pick it up and look at it. No, what happened?
You checked
the phone is just like this right here, right? I looked at it.
You're checking your phone.
I didn't touch the button.
That's not, you still looked at it.
Okay,
and if you had something there, you would have.
So let me see. Can I finish? So what had happened was, I prayed and I said, Lord, thank you for waking me up this morning in my right mind. And
I kind of,
and then,
I agree that
I did do that. And then, I looked up at you and I was like, oh, there he go again. Thank you, Lord. My husband is here. But anyway, and then I picked up my phone for a quick second. So I say it was 10 minutes.
Okay.
And then I looked at it and then I went to go use the toilet. Then that was it. Okay. And I came back upstairs.
Me, I'll say it takes me, they don't have it there. It probably takes me 10 to 15 minutes before I look at my phone.
10 to 15 minutes.
During the day, during the weekdays when I'm working, it'll be 5 minutes. Mm-hmm. But I wake up, I do say a quick prayer. I say good morning.
Right.
And then I look at my phone because I am looking to see if my job has put any extra work or anything like that. So that's why I kind of look at my phone.
Right.
I'm not looking at Facebook. I'm not looking at any. I would look at my emails and my chats and just see if, because we have family members that live overseas.
Yeah, that's the only reason I check.
They check sometimes.
Right.
Text is late, so I may not get the message
that
morning. So I'll look then.
Yeah.
Then I put my phone down and go and do what I got to do. So when I really check my phone,
right,
is about 30 minutes or longer.
Okay, that's the same for me.
But it doesn't say that. It's just how long does it take for you to check your phone? So it's 10 minutes for you and 10 minutes for me.
Okay.
So hit 10 minutes. And let's see what happens. Hit next. Probably gonna say we're addicted. Next question is, how often do you forget to do something important because of social media or games? Never.
Never.
Oh no way.
I get my stuff done.
Oh,
I do what I have to do.
Alrighty now.
I do what I have to do. I'm just saying. Quit always pointing fingers at somebody and look at yourself.
I am looking at myself.
Okay,
so I see you all the time. And
I rarely.
You rarely.
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 Never.
More rarely.
But more than likely.
It does happen every now and then.
Every now and then I'm like, oh shoot, I forgot I left the food on. And
yeah,
then I have to go in.
See what I'm saying? Wait.
So I said,
wait a minute.
Rarely.
Every now and then you say, wait, I left the food on because you're looking at social media?
No, not social media. It could be that I'm checking a message or I'm checking to, just to make sure.
You just said, but you just
a message.
That you said that so every now and then I'll be like, wait a minute. Oh, I got food on the stove.
But the point is, it don't burn. That's the main thing. I think we should change it to
rarely or never,
okay.
or say
no, not often.
Once in a while.
Once in a while. Okay.
There we go. Once in a while.
I go once in a while. My goodness.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. Have you ever tried to reduce your smartphone use?
Yes. Yes.
Yep.
And I must admit, it really was. It felt good.
How do you reduce your smartphone use?
You can actually. They have now. I don't know, depending on what type of phone you have, but at the point is, just put your phone down.
Or you don't do that.
Or you can. Yes, I do. When? I put my phone down
when you go into the bathroom or taking a shower or cooking.
Well, you know what I find, Pedro? You're too busy looking at me. Look at yourself. Please look at yourself. So the point is,
even when we're in the car driving, that's my biggest pet peeve when it comes to the phone.
Pedro, you know what?
Wait. I'm not trying to think on you. I'm just saying.
Yes, you are. You're trying to point fingers at me.
Okay, I will stop pointing fingers at you.
Instead of worried about yourself.
But when we're in the car and I'm trying to have a conversation, you be all in your phone the whole time.
Pedro, how much more conversation do you want us to have?
Can we have a conversation in the car?
About what?
Anything. That's what married people do.
Okay. Whatever. But anyway, can you please worry about Pedro?
Have you tried to reduce your smartphone?
Have you tried to reduce?
I have.
Really? How? Where? When?
Todd, my phones were upstairs early when we was down here watching the movie.
Okay, Pedro, that's good for you. My phone was right here, but I wasn't on it.
But my phone, I wasn't
on it.
I had to go get my phone because I was like, oh man, I forgot that somebody was texting me, and I said, oh, let me go get my phone.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I didn't have my phone.
What I'm taking
and I always leave my phone.
What I'm taking from this reducing your time is making sure you're not only consistently. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. So I guess it will be.
Let me tell you something. The next question.
Love my phone. Yes,
please worry about yourself.
Yes, I kind of succeed. What? Yes, I kind of succeeded. What? Which one you want to put?
Yes, I kind of succeeded.
Okay, if you think so.
You irritate me.
I know. That's why I'm your husband.
You need to worry about yourself, like I said.
How do you react when you receive a notification? I don't feel anything.
No,
I don't feel anything. It's just a notification. Like, okay. Actually, for me, I feel anxious. And it's not anxious because I want to know. I don't like, how I don't like having those little, like when you have the app and then you have 2 or 3 of the numbers. I hate that. I like my apps to be all clear.
Yeah.
So it actually annoys me. I'm not anxious. It actually annoys me when I get notifications. I'm like, what is...
Well, you know what? I silence my notifications because if I'm getting too much going on, so I kind of set my phone to where I don't get notifications. You can actually go on the iPhone. You can actually set it a summarized time or something like that when you want to receive the notifications.
Okay.
So you can do that. So I actually don't feel anything.
You don't check email, that's for sure.
Well, I got a whole bunch of emails. So that's the truth.
Shucks.
Oh my gosh.
What does a notification mean to you?
Oh, hold on. Fun, satisfaction, need, just a useless sound.
I don't even understand. Just a useless sound.
Yeah, I kind of don't like the sounds.
Yeah, notification mean nothing to me. It's just a notification.
Just useless.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
How many social media apps do you have on your phone? Now, this is funny. I have probably 6+. But the funny thing is, I don't use them.
I don't use all of mine. I think my main ones would be because I'm always posting about podcasts and different
Right,
things.
but I don't even
So I
use it
think
for
I'm
that.
mixing
I forget.
Facebook, Instagram, Twitter.
You have over 6. Just say over 6. But the thing is, like, I have over 6, but I really hardly use the social media app.
Yeah.
You have to tell me something. Babe, you want to put, you want to post that?
Something?
You're gonna put a picture up. You're gonna do that. And I'm like, oh yeah, let me forget, because honestly, I can go days without looking at Facebook. I can go days without looking. I think I looked at Instagram yesterday for the first time in like 2 weeks.
Right.
So
about 5 or 6 though.
No, 6 plus.
I mean 6 plus.
Definitely. Yeah.
Okay.
What do you use your phone for? I use it for work and calls.
I use mine for texting, which we do text.
I don't use it for texting because I don't text that much. I use it more for playing games and work.
I don't really play games on my phone. So
I play a lot of games.
I don't play games on my phone. Games are for
I use it for TV. I watch a lot of TV.
I do watch sometimes I watch a movie or something, but I don't even watch TV that much.
Well, I watch like Paramount, HBO Max. I watch a lot of
I do my
TV
work
series.
related stuff as far as, recording and
so work related or
calls.
Yeah. I don't think it's gonna let you do more than one.
Yeah.
Yes. I have told you that you are a phone addict.
No, I'm not a phone addict.
The first way to heal is to admit that you're an addict. I don't care what you say.
Take responsibility for your actions.
You're an addict. I don't care what you say.
Oh my goodness.
When it comes to your phone, you're an addict.
Okay.
I'm sorry, Tom.
Yes, everyone says that. Yes, a couple of people have said that. No one has ever said that to me. The only person has said that to me is you, Big Mouth. You say it. So.
A couple of people.
So I was.
Your children have said it too. Nah, you want to put your phone down?
Oh man. Oh, there it goes.
If someone stole my smartphone, I'll be upset. Only because especially if it's my work phone.
Yeah.
Because that means now I gotta get it replaced. But if they stole my phone,
I won't be depressed. That's kind of
I won't be depressed. I won't
overrated.
be dead. Will I be miserable or does it sound? I'd be a little upset. I'd be a little miserable.
I'd be a little miserable because I got a lot of information and stuff on there that I use. I got my passwords. I got my sometimes with the iPhone you can put your credit card stuff on there, even though you got the card. I'm just saying it make it easy for you to do
Apple Pay.
Apple Pay, right? But I'm just saying so it would be it wouldn't be like a big deal, but I would be miserable.
Okay, so
because anything can be replaced.
Of course.
Yeah.
Oh wait, not everything.
Oh, I forgot to put. Oh, it didn't let me go until I hit it. Okay.
You can't be replaced. Believe me, I tried.
Oh my goodness. Likewise. Okay, so moving on. Read that.
How many days can you go without checking your notifications?
Wow.
Yeah, you can probably no your emails, yes, but it says notifications. So let's talk about other things.
Sometimes my notification thing is depending on what it is.
0, but like I said, I can't. It's not that I'm looking for them. I don't like having those little numbers on my apps. I hate those numbers on my apps.
Yeah, sometimes I just clear it out. I don't always look at it though.
Yeah, I still. So I'll be honest. Let's say 0, but it's not because I can't live without my phone. It's just 0. I just can't have those. I just hate. It just bothers me to no end.
Yeah. Just what might trigger you to urge?
What might trigger the urge?
Oh, I'm sorry. What might trigger the urge to check your phone?
Something about work or family. For me, it's work or family.
Yeah, I would say that.
Yeah, that's pretty much it for me. Yeah. What function of your smartphone do you use the most? Gaming.
I would say texting.
You text. I game.
So which one?
I don't know. You pick whichever. I'll let you doing this, so you're in control.
Well, I would say because we both text. I do the text.
Okay.
I would do that.
How much time do you spend on social media or gaming apps? Well, I'm back.
Actually, my phone gave me a summary, and I actually did pretty good, which I was happy about.
I'm good 3 hours or more when it comes to games.
Yeah.
I'm easily 3 hours or more when it comes
If I'm
to
posting
games.
something, I'm gonna be 3+.
I'm not even gonna lie and say that's not
I'm gonna
the
be
truth.
3+ if I'm posting or doing something like that.
Let's see.
I'd be 3+ hours.
Yeah, I'm looking at it now, and yeah, it says games 2 hours and 12 minutes, but that's just this phone. I have games on the other phone that I play, and I have games on my GPS phone that I play. So definitely 3+.
Yeah.
Easily.
Yeah.
I'm not even gonna lie.
Yeah. So
my social says I only have 47 minutes. So see, that's what I'm saying. Like I don't even be on social.
how often do you take a picture of your food, drink, snack? It depends. If I'm out for dinner,
once in a while.
Yeah, once in a while.
Once in a while, it depends. Yeah, not really a big thing.
Like, who are you?
Shucks, 1 to 2, if that. On average, how many pictures do you post on your account per week? 1 to 2. I rarely put pictures on my account.
I haven't really posted that many pictures. I really haven't. If you really look at it, I've been doing other things, whatever.
3 to 4. That's that's your question.
I'm so sick of you.
You're sick of me, but I'm still around. So hey.
Yeah. Okay.
How much do you pay for app subscriptions on your phone yearly?
Do you pay any app subscriptions on that?
No, actually, I don't. I don't even buy stuff off the games. If I can't win, I just can't win.
Right. You can just kind of build up
in the game. I just build up in the game. Whatever I get, I build. Yep.
Yeah.
So none. I don't.
You have to worry about me doing that.
I don't care. I can go 3 years.
How important is it for you to
I don't mind using
your smartphone model each year?
It don't matter to us, man. We don't care.
Yeah.
As long as you have a phone that works.
Right there? What is it?
We only upgraded this year because you needed more memory.
Yeah.
So I don't mind using the old one.
Yeah.
That's the only reason why.
Yeah. What they say here, choose something you'd rather give up instead of your phone.
Choose something you'd rather give up.
I'm definitely not giving up sex. Not for the phone.
None of the above.
That ain't even fit to happen.
None of the above.
Maybe going out with friends, I really don't have that many.
No, I still like to go out with them if we could.
Yeah.
So,
but
that's why I said none of the above.
Yeah.
You went there. I wasn't even going to go there.
I went there, sure did.
Yeah.
Which of the following description matches your home screen? Lots of organized apps and folders, clean, 1 or 2 apps, filled with unorganized apps and folders.
That's me, filled with unorganized. I got about 300 apps on my phone. I don't use any of them.
Peter, your phone look like a whirlwind.
Oh, wait. No, don't talk about whirlwind. You and your putting in different sections.
No, I like to
on iPhone. You got them.
I'm more organized.
It confuses me though.
I'm more organized.
I can't find nothing on your phone.
I'm more organized.
I don't even look at your phone because it irritates me.
I'm just saying.
Thank God I don't look at your phone.
Yeah, me too.
But your phone, let me think. No, well, we don't even look at each other's phone, to be honest with you.
No, there's no need.
There's no need. But yeah, I would say fill with all the organized apps and folders.
Oh my God. That's for you, not me.
That's for you.
So, how much storage is left on your phone? I don't even know.
I got more than 10 gigabytes.
Do you? I don't even know. I have to check.
I got 156, I think.
I don't even know.
Because I got 5G, whatever. 512, whatever thing.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I definitely got more.
More than 10 gigabytes?
Yeah, I got 156.67 gigabytes.
Oh, okay.
You do too. You got a lot.
Okay. Oh, that's why I haven't really known.
Yeah, exactly. That's the reason why we upgraded your phone.
You don't seem to be addicted to your phone.
You don't what? That's a lie.
See there?
That's a lie. We are addicted.
Baby.
We are addicted to our phone.
No, we not. You know what I'm saying? This is proof.
Look, Quiz is lying.
We are not addicted.
Whatever. We are addicted. We are not addicted to our phone. This is a sham. This is a sham of Quiz. I'm sorry. There's no way you're not addicted to your phone.
Well, I'm just saying I'm not.
Everything seems noble. You may be a social media or pro mobile gambler. Gamer, but your phone just doesn't look abnormal. Oh, because it says people spend 3 hours or more checking their smartphones, and that is normal. That's the new normal. Okay. I guess. Whatever. You're addicted. I don't care what it says.
Whatever. No, I'm not.
Yes, you are.
Whatever.
So now we have who's done that sham of a quiz.
It's not a sham.
Yes, it's a sham because
What
you
is
are
wrong
addicted.
with you? What's that quiz right there you got? You can't bounce it over here.
No, because it's on the other computer.
Okay, fine.
So we're just gonna have to talk, and I'm just gonna ask you some questions and see.
Okay.
How well do you know your spouse? How well do you know me?
I know you very well.
Okay, then let's do a quiz and let's see.
Okay.
All right, you ready?
Yeah.
You gonna take that one off?
I did. It's
just
us.
Okay.
Okay.
Cool.
I'm a mirror to display.
No problem. All right. Cool.
Okay.
All right. So first question would be, how long have we been together?
We've been together for 16 years.
Okay. So more than 7 years. Okay. Let's say my partner would rather get up early, stay up late, or I don't know.
Pedro, you stay up late.
Okay.
And what would I be?
You just asking me. I'm asking you I'm going to take this. So I'm asking you to tell me.
Okay.
Because we both have different answers.
So we're going
to do a thing. So we're going to do it where it's just me.
Okay.
That makes sense?
Mm-hmm. So I'm going to be answering the question.
I'm asking you the question about me.
Okay.
You have to answer.
Okay.
So if my partner was told a secret, I know they would tell me.
Yes.
True?
True.
Okay.
True.
Do you remember the last time I was scared?
Yes.
When was that?
When I took you to that Boken place in Birmingham and you was on the hike.
That's when we first met. That's the last time you think I've been.
That's the last time I remember that you was afraid of hikes.
I'm more than afraid of heights. I thought I was gonna die.
You actually got on the floor.
Of the bridge, yes.
Yeah,
I did. I
actually got on the floor
and crawled back inside.
Yeah. So I was like, "You really on the floor?"
I sure did. I jumped right to the floor too.
Yeah. So I remember that vaguely.
Okay, so next question is: I remember when my partner cried last time.
I do.
You do?
Okay. I actually do remember that.
Oh. Should we ask this question? Yeah, we can ask this question. I know my partner's top 3 sexual fantasies.
Oh, I'm not sure. I don't know if I know all 3.
Just 1 or 2?
Maybe 2.
Okay.
If you got a third one, we need to talk about it.
That's a shame.
Just saying, I don't know about that.
All right. So my partner's love language is words of affirmation, acts of science, quality time, or physical touch.
I would say quality time, because you don't do good with physical touch. You're not an affectionate person when it comes to that. You're only affectionate, in other times. Just saying.
Anyway. Do you know my favorite position?
Yes. Yeah, baby.
Can you name 2 of the stresses I am feeling right now?
Well, you ate already.
Even though you said, why are you eating?
Yeah, I did say why you eat it. When you don't eat, you be a whole situation. Hey, Candace, we can't wait to see you too.
Yes.
So we're gonna talk about Candace at the end of this.
Yes.
We're gonna so people can support my girl Candace. But you what are your 3 frustrations?
Can you name two stresses that I'm facing right now?
You probably facing.
I mean, you don't have to say. I'm saying, do you?
I don't know.
You don't know?
No, I don't. You stressing?
No.
Oh, because I know when you stress.
Okay.
And I think I did the first stress this morning, and I did this. Yeah. No. Okay. Anyway, moving on.
What?
That is.
What?
We de-stressed.
You're de-stressed. Anyway, excluding sex, I know the one thing my partner always loves doing with me.
You don't like watching movies with me, so that ain't.
That's because you fall asleep 5 minutes in.
I'm just saying.
Actually, you know what? Today was the first time. Wait. You know what I just realized? You actually watched the whole movie today without falling asleep.
I actually didn't watch the whole movie because I had to pop popcorn for everybody.
But that's not the point. You still stayed up even after you came down. You only missed about 10 minutes. I just realized that. I must give you a clap because you never. Yesterday was dynamite. Oh, what session? Oh, she's talking about the addiction session.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes,
It
respect.
was.
Yes,
It was.
respect.
It was definitely dynamite in the session. She said, "Real respect for you both." Thank you, Candace. Real and fun. I'm taking notes for my own relationship, girl.
I don't know. Don't blame us if it don't work
girl,
out.
We trying. we are work in progress. Okay?
Don't take. I'm just joking.
But
we hope that our back and forth and banter will help in our suggestions.
I think it's important. I think it's important in each relationship for couples to banter and talk back and forth and just have a fun time with each other. You know, I think that's very, very important. You got to always be so serious all the time. Just be laid back. I know sometimes I used to always be serious, right, babe? But I think now.
Oh, what? You still serious?
No, I'm a more fun person.
Where? Excuse me. I just came down at 20 minutes to 9, and you was irritated because you wasn't irritated, but you was not too happy that we didn't have a guest. And you're telling me, why am I eating? We had 20 minutes. How long do you think it takes me to eat?
I should have known it shouldn't take you that long to slop down some tuna sandwiches.
It took me like 3 minutes. And I was done. A couple of bites and I'm swallowed.
How did you both
get so real and
flawless? Flowing.
How did I get real? You think we're real? I think
I think it took time for us to grow and both for us to mature and get to know each other more.
Now I think what she's asking though, for you was more to the vest.
Yeah.
You was definitely. I've always been very upfront. I would hide stuff that would make no sense. I would hide the little things,
right,
and the big things I would just be like, boom,
right. But for me, I think I hold stuff.
Yeah, you definitely hold stuff. Yeah.
I think I hold stuff.
I never held stuff. I kind of did always bring it out in the open. I hid stuff that I was doing.
Right, but I'm saying in the sense of for us, I think you normally be like, "Sorry, let it go." If it's not too serious or something like that.
Even if it's serious, I've always been real. That's one thing. Yeah. Like I've always been real because, and I'm gonna say this real quick. Like with your family, there's no secret that, because, and I respect this. They was not too keen on me because of your young. You were so young when we met.
Right.
You was like 21.
Yeah.
So there was little, it was like, man, this dude, 30 years old, taking my baby, got 2 kids already, right. So they wasn't too keen on it.
Right.
But I think I won them over because I was real with them.
Yeah.
I always was respectful. Mm-hmm. I helped them best way I could. If they needed anything, your mother will tell you this. If I need anything, I would help her.
Right.
And I think just be real, just be yourself. I just think I've learned to just be myself.
Mm-hmm. If you can't be yourself,
if
you can't be yourself in your relationship, if you have to flip a switch in your relationship when you with your mate, then it's an issue.
Yeah. Now the flowing part, I think that took time.
Yeah.
I think doing this podcast has helped us to be more of a flowing couple.
I think we more, not that we husband and wife, but I think we more, not that we friends. Like we joke and laugh.
I'm not your friend.
Okay, Candace, so I guess you can't take that one. But no, I'm serious. I can talk to you about anything, and I know it's not going anywhere.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I'm saying? I can talk to you about
even when it's annoying me.
Right, and even if you're annoying me. But I'm just more saying,
Now, another question: is it important to share anything and everything, or timing important? That's a good question.
I would say share everything, whether you don't want to. Because my thing is, if they find out about it later, or I guess what it is, you don't want to feel like you have something you have to hold back in your relationship. Because if you feel like you have to hide anything, then where the truthfulness at? How can that person trust you? How can you trust them?
I agree with that. I'm sorry to cut you off, but yeah, I agree with that because when I met you, I told you everything right off the bat.
I think it's very important for the person to be upfront, straight point. You know what I'm saying? Look, I've been married before. I got kids before. I've done this before. I've done that before. I think it's important to have those important questions answered early on.
But I will say this though. So I'm gonna answer it in 2 different ways. I'm gonna answer it in the 2-part.
Right.
So it's important to share anything and everything. Yes, it is.
Mm-hmm.
But timing is also important.
It is.
As like now we've been together 16 almost. We've been together actually 17 years, not 16 by the way. Get your facts straight.
Okay.
But I know now that timing is good sometimes. I know not to say something.
Right.
I'm still going to tell her, but I'm just going to do it at a different time than I probably would have did it in the past. So it's all depending on once you enter the relationship.
It's a good time and place for everything.
It's a time and place for everything. Mm-hmm. Even if you're first starting off the relationship, you learn what the person likes, what they don't like. You learn how they react to certain things. So you
start learning their temperament.
So you learn, when the timing is right. You learn when it's time to say something. But you always be real and raw and just share anything and everything, because I think that allows your partner to know that you are open, that you're an open book, number one, and that you are vulnerable to them.
Yeah.
To them, especially because if you can open up to your partner, then you can open up. You're more opening up to yourself.
Yeah.
And when you open up to yourself,
and you free yourself from things. You know what I'm saying? Like when I'm able to come to you and say, Peter, this is how I'm feeling. You able to free yourself from that, from whatever the stress or whatever. You ain't got to worry about, I'm holding this back, or I can't tell him this because I know how he's gonna feel. It's important for us to share and just, you're not gonna always like everything you hear from your partner, but to be able to share those important things is important, because that way you can sit down and talk about it. They know that, look, you're gonna have those moments where you just have to share. Don't hold nothing back.
Here goes the next question. Thank you, Candace, for the questions. As a Christian, should every conversation have God mentioned in it, or just make sure to pray in that conversation? So are you talking about when you're having a conversation with your partner?
I guess
we don't. When we have, okay, I'm gonna answer for myself.
Right.
So this is how we do it. We have conversations. God is not always mentioned in our conversation, every conversation.
Not in every conversation.
Because sometimes the conversation is not led. It's already kind of known, if that makes sense. So God is already in our lives. So when we're having a conversation, we are having a conversation with God in the conversation.
Right.
When we're having a serious conversation, or we're having a disagreement about something that we know that may turn into an argument, or even turn into something that we may not like, then we say, okay, let's stop, let's pray, and then we have the conversation.
Right. So, because when your personal relationship with God is strong, individually in your relationship, God is mentally already there. You get me? So you basically just trying to watch what you say, asking God to govern your words, and to just, because remember, the words that come out of your mouth, depending on what you're saying, you can't take back. And those words can scar a person. So I think if God is, if you just put God there already in your mental state, then He's going to guide you through that.
I think what you're saying, if God is already in your life,
right,
then you don't have to mention Him every time you have a conversation.
Yeah, it'll show through your attitude.
I think you bring God. God is always in the conversation that we are having.
Right.
Sometimes we need to ask God for a little extra.
Right.
That's the best way I could put it.
So we won't overreact.
Right. So we won't overreact. So sometimes we do pray, or we do have a moment of silence and pray. Or I may even pray before I have a conversation, because I know where the conversation may go. But that is more just about, with us, is more time that we have known each other. So I already kind of know how my wife is going to act or even respond, as she knows how I'm going to act or respond. So that would be the answer. That's how we would do it ourselves.
Somebody else may do it.
Everybody else may do it differently. Right. That's just how we would do it.
Yeah. She said that makes sense. Wow.
She said that makes sense. Wow, it reframed it. I'm going to hit some questions, because I can have those conversations in my rooms. Yeah. So you're saying in over there in Trinidad?
Yeah.
Trinidad. Yeah. You guys can have those conversations. Okay. Well, I mean that's almost, how can I put it? That's not good, because we should, as people, and wanting to learn, you don't learn nothing unless you have a conversation.
Right.
Communication is key. If you don't have conversations about stuff, you can't learn. I mean, I think we was talking about this other day, where and I'm can I say it? Yeah, I can say it.
Yeah, say it.
So we was having a conversation. I think you had put up something on Facebook or something.
No, it was on Instagram.
Right. And the person got mad because he was a Christian, but he was gay.
Yeah.
And he was upset with what you had put up because.
Let me see, can I find what he said?
No, you don't. No, we're not going to that.
Oh, okay.
So, and I'm not trying to use. I'm just picking this as an example.
Right.
We don't have to agree with everything that a person is feeling or liking, but we can respect their opinion.
Mm-hmm.
And I just feel that in general, in the church, in life, people have a tendency to want you to agree with them, and if you don't agree with them, then they just kind of, what's that new word, cancel culture, or culture, or cancel you because you're not agreeing with them. And I mean in anything. I'm just talking about anything. It's even at work. If something's going on at work and they don't like and I don't like it, and I speak up, then they try to say, oh, you must not like this or you must not like that. And I'm like, no, I just don't like it being done to me.
Right.
I think we have to be able to have conversations, because without conversations, you can't understand what people are going through.
I agree with that.
I love to have conversation with people, and I'll tell you right up front, I'm not going to agree with you all the time.
Right, and you're not going to always agree because everybody think differently. And she was like, LOL, we kind of sugarcoat and try to protect, and it's not always wise. I agree with that. That they like that over here.
Oh, that's our problem over here. They like that here. I can honestly say, I told Tara the other day.
So you're not alone, Candace.
I told Tara the other day that actually Tara's actually about to start something end of the month, hopefully, and she has to get some help for this. And I said to her, I'm glad that you're getting this help for this with your singing.
Right.
I'm gonna put it up so I don't think it's something bad.
Right.
You're coming out soon, hopefully.
Yeah.
With a single.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say it because it's coming out.
Yeah, it's coming out.
Yeah,
soon,
you're gonna be coming out soon with a single.
Yeah.
That Tara has wrote and produced and done herself, and I always used to be the one that would like set up appointments or talk to people. And I said to Tom, I'm glad that you're going to have somebody from the UK that's going to do it for you, because I found that I can actually see people's faces cringe up when I'm talking to them.
Right. Because
I don't sugarcoat it. Right. I don't sugarcoat it at all. I don't try to protect or sugarcoat. If they're like, oh, we would love to have them on. Okay, when would you like to have it on? We can come this day. Okay, what day, what day would, and then they look at me like, we was just saying that to be nice. And I'm like, well, don't say it if you don't mean it.
Right. Like, why you
like, why you offering if you're not going to really mean it?
Right.
So, like, yeah, definitely.
I think it's important, Candace, to be upfront. You can't always spare people feelings. It ain't that you being rude to them. You just saying how you truly feel. You know what I'm saying? Because you not being able to be yourself and talk how you normally do, then guess what? You hiding from yourself. What you think, babe?
Yeah, definitely. She's asking me a question now. She's asking you a question.
Tyra, how did you know you wanted to marry Pedro? Was it a feeling or a faith move? Hallelujah. When I first laid eyes on Pedro, I was like, who is that? And because I was with my good friend of mine, which is Pedro's niece, Ashley. And she said she was going to get some money from her uncle. I'm thinking an old man. When I saw this dude, I was like,
I am old, by the way. Thank you.
Right. But I'm just saying, I was thinking old guy. But when I saw him, I was like, whoa, this guy. And then I don't know. My grandmother actually told me when I took Pedro to go visit my grandmother, she said, that's going to be your husband. And I was like, what? And lo and behold, it wasn't even 6 months ago.
Yep. So was it a faith move or was it a feeling?
It was a
feeling.
It was a feeling.
Yeah.
I had a feeling.
Well, no, because you had said that you actually prayed to God and asked God to, hey, I
had prayed and asked God to send me a husband.
Yes, you just do that. You just say,
I didn't know it was going to be so soon. Right. So
but that's funny because I always tell you, pray for when you pray for stuff. Don't
you got to be ready to receive it.
Be ready to receive it.
But I can't. So I recant my last question, my last answer. So I would say it was a faith move. It was definitely a faith move because, in some ways, Pedro reminded me of my father.
But I think it was a faith and a feeling move.
It was
a faith.
I say it was both for me.
Mm-hmm.
I say it was both because I just kind of knew Pedro was treating me like a wife before I even became one. So
she said,
yeah.
What's that question? Pedro, what makes a man make his decision? Well, from your perspective, what made you make your decision? For me personally, I'd already been married twice and divorced twice. When I met Tar, I knew. She'll tell you, I knew right away.
He said it was like a halo,
like a halo over her head, and I just knew that I was going to marry her. I was like, this is going to be my wife.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't. For me, it was more of a feeling. I won't say faith because I wasn't asking God for a wife, but when she was there, it's like God just said, "This is gonna be a wife."
Mm-hmm.
He just knew. I think God. Be honest with you, I think God knew the path that I was going to be going down.
Mm-hmm.
That Tar was the best woman for me for that path, if that makes sense. And I didn't even know the path I was going to be going down.
I didn't either.
Because after we met, me being deported,
mm-hmm.
me getting in trouble in Bermuda,
right.
me moving here,
mm-hmm.
I don't know many women that would go through and the stuff I put Tara through in our marriage.
Right.
I don't know many women that would have actually stayed around or stuck around
mm-hmm.
with the things that I've put Tara through, and even just with moving from place to place and place to place,
country to country,
right, country to country.
Mm-hmm.
So, I think what sometimes makes what makes a man make his decision. He has to know what he wants. I knew what I wanted. When I met Tar,
definitely got to know what he wants.
I knew what I wanted.
A man know when a woman gonna become his wife. He knows.
When you ask me what makes a man make his decision, what makes a man make his decision, he knows what he wants. No man is gonna be able to tell you, I don't know. I don't know what I want. No, the man knows what he wants.
Mm-hmm.
He's either gonna want to be exclusive and be like, okay, this is what I want, or he may want to be like, oh, you know what, I'm gonna play the field a little bit and see where this is gonna go. Or sometimes a man can be scared and be like, I'm not sure if this is going to work out. So they're kind of doubtful.
Men be scared too.
Yeah, they get scared too. But from my perspective, for me, a man knows what he's going to do before he does it.
Mm-hmm.
Because we are calculating in that sense. As a male, I'm calculating. I'm already calculating. When I met Tar, I calculated when I was going to marry her, when I was going to be with her.
Mm-hmm.
I knew. Because actually, at the time, I was still dating somebody.
Right.
And I had to go break it off of her.
When a man want a woman, he better get rid of everything.
I got rid of everything.
I ain't even.
I got rid of everything. I was like, yo, I'm sorry, it's not gonna work anymore. I was like, I'm out.
Right.
It was already on like life support, so it just made me an excuse to be like, I'm done.
Yeah.
But so I would say what makes a man make his decision, definitely he knows the decision he's gonna make before you will.
Yeah.
And what made me make my decision was that I just knew what I wanted. When I met Tar, God just spoke to me and said, this is going to be, he just told me. So it was by his faith, because he just told me, this is going to be your wife.
Yeah.
I mean, I just knew. I think 2 weeks into us talking on the phone, I said, I'm going to marry you. And Tar was like,
did. But you know what? After I took you over my grandmother's house, because she was such a wise woman. And she was like, Tar, that's your husband. She knew, like God had told her, you know what I'm saying? So I would say, take your man around your folks. You know what I'm saying? Take your man around your grandmama, and she gonna be able to tell you if that's gonna be your husband. Okay?
My boy Kelvin said the best decision he made. Now Kelvin, like I've said this before, Kelvin because Kelvin been in the truck when I've had those arguments with this woman over here. And and so it's definitely the best decision I ever made. That's right, Kelvin. You're right. Best decision ever made. That's right.
I'm gonna show Kelvin comment in a minute. But she says people love to get in between relationships. How did you both protect your honey?
Oh, okay. Wait. Wait, before you even get started. No, because I know what you're gonna say, but not. Let me answer real quick.
Okay.
It goes back to what you asked earlier.
It goes back to what Candace said.
What you asked earlier.
What was the question?
About being honest and telling them. See now,
right.
This is why with my wife, I told her everything right off the back. So when I met Tara. I said, look, I've been married twice. I've been divorced twice. I got 2 kids, you know, this and that, blah, blah, blah. I told her everything. So if anybody ever came to Tara and said, girl, I heard this, my wife was, and this happened, my wife will say, yeah, are you sure you heard that? Because that's not what I heard. Right. And they'll be like, what did you hear? And she'll tell them, and they'll say, well, how did you hear that? And she'll say, well, because my husband told me. Right. And they're like, how you know he's telling the truth? And they'll say, because he always told me the truth right off the bat. So there was never no, see, if you can cut away where there's never no miscommunication of mistrust or lying, then
lying will dig you in the ground.
Right. And now I'm even going to tell this story. So when we was going through our problems and my wife went away for a while, we was in Bermuda. I met a young lady. She had some issues, and we was talking. I just was talking to her. I didn't want nothing. I didn't want nothing. I was just talking. Right. And Tara came back. She's pregnant with Kaya.
Well, no, with Sky.
With Sky. Yeah. I'm sorry, pregnant with Sky. And the girl texts me
Second child.
The girl texts me like 12 o'clock at night. Told my son, "Oh, I miss talking to you." Da 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 da.
No, let me say that because
okay, you can tell. No, because you'll get upset. I don't want you to get upset.
I'm not upset. So Pedro went to work that night. And he gave me his cell phone because I hadn't just got back into Bermuda, so I didn't have any other phone at that moment yet. So anyway, he gave me his phone. And so it was like 12 o'clock at night. I get a text. Bing, bing. Oh, I miss you. I miss talking to you. I'm like, who is this? Like, who? You don't miss nothing. You don't miss my husband more than I miss him. And I'm right here. He's like, who are you? You know, so I'm like, I'm calling Pedro. I'm all... At this moment, I'm what, almost 9 months pregnant. Yeah, so I'm my emotions is high.
You're already all over the map.
You get me? And so I'm like, don't know about it. And you know, she's talking about she missed my husband. You get me? And I'm like, oh, okay. So I'm texting Pedro. I'm like, Pedro, who is this? Who is this woman? So
I'm like, what are you talking about?
So I'm sitting. Were we able to do snapshots at that time? I don't think so.
I can't remember.
But anyway,
if you could FaceTime, you'd have FaceTime me.
If I would have FaceTime, I would have FaceTime. I was trying to get up out the bed, grab my son because my son was sleeping in his little toddler bed in our room. I grabbed him up. I'm about to get dressed. Peter said, "Don't come to my job." I was about to come to his job, get on a bus.
You couldn't. Okay? No, you couldn't have. It was early in the morning. There was no buses.
I was saying I was trying to,
but there's no buses.
If I could have walked to King Memorial, I would have walked to King Memorial. You get me? Because I'm trying to see. Wait a minute, I'm pregnant up here, and this man got me pregnant, speak swollen, and he got some woman talking about she miss him. I was like, okay.
So the only thing
that's how we gonna do this.
The thing that saved me on that was that I was like, if I was sleeping with her, if I was doing something with her, her response would have been different.
Yeah, she didn't text no more after that.
And because I was so honest with my wife from the jump, she was mad at me.
Oh,
she was pissed at me.
I was heated, honey. Because let me tell you, because right after that, wait a minute, Pedro, right after that, I said, well, you know what? If she's sending him a message, let me check his photos. Okay.
I had 2 photos.
So he had 2 photos of her in his phone. So why did you have photos?
Not her. Not just her, it was her and another girl.
Okay, her and the other girl. The point is you had 2 women in your phone besides me.
Wait, I have 2 women in my phone besides you now.
But that's different. I know them. I did not know these women.
I left my phone with you. So it wasn't like I was hiding.
No, I'm just saying she had a picture of her. I still remember what she had on. She had on this dress thing, okay, and she all standing in the doorway, and I'm like,
oh Lord, get over it. Anyway, listen. Anyway, but God has a way of working out because we ended up meeting her later. You ended up meeting her later.
That point
when Kaya. Yeah, but we kind of went off.
Okay, so Candace, to answer your question.
Yes, women don't forget.
So to answer your question, Candace, so I decided not to, when we was going through our hard times in our relationships and we was really going through, I didn't tell my family about that because I knew if we got to a point of healing that regardless of if I accept my husband back, they was never going to receive him back. So I had to make some decisions on that. So I made sure I kept what we went through between us and God. Because once we decided to work things out and things started working itself out with God's help, then we was able to move back into the position of growing and healing our relationship, our marriage. Right, babes?
Yeah. So her question. Go ahead. Best decision he made.
I said
now
I was
go to the next question.
No, women don't forget. Yeah, okay. So I'm gonna go
now
to here.
Her question. Her question was: the males outside of my family don't feel this guy I'm dating. Is this a red flag or jealousy card? How do you know the difference? Now I'm gonna say this because we haven't dated in a while, so we're a little rusty.
You better not be dating nobody. You dated somebody, baby. I'm gonna be up on creek with you.
So you said the male outside of your family. So are these like good friends of yours? Are they friends that you know like a BFF or like just a friend that you may know?
They jealous, girls.
Yeah,
they jealous because they want you. Anytime they see a woman that they possibly could have been with, and they see you with somebody else, and you happy, now all of a sudden, oh, that dude ain't good for you, or he ain't this, he ain't that, and you know what I'm saying, just for you to be with them when they more than likely ain't no good. You know what I'm saying? So I would say, the guy that you're dating potentially right now, the one that you're with, observe him, get to know him, his ways, his attitude, and how he responds to you in different ways. Get to know him for yourself. Don't worry about what they say because they're not dating him. You are. So you need to make sure that don't listen to what outsiders have to say. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, then look what she said.
What she said right here.
No, next one.
No.
Recent males.
Recent
got
males.
to know, but keeping space. So you just met these males, right? So right. What Dawa just said, that is jealous because you just met them, so they're trying to get with you. So they want you to kind of They try to make sure the door is open for them. Exactly. Hold on, don't put that up yet. So the red flag thing, I would say this: as a woman, you will see red flags with your partner because, in all honesty, Tawa saw red flags with me before things even happened. That was concerning. That I realized now I was showing red flags. Yeah. Like hitting stuff, punching stuff, breaking stuff. That was my red flags. My temperament was not in the right place.
But to be honest with you, I really didn't see those red flags till after we got married.
Well, I know. I'm talking about right.
You know what I'm saying? So when you're dating, it's all good all the time. No, I'm serious. When we was dating, I did not see the red flags because I was too in love. Right. You get what I'm saying? I would say.
Well, that's why we'll say this to anybody. Don't do what we did.
Right. But I'm just saying for me, from what she's asking.
But I'm saying date for a while and you will start. We
didn't date a long time. That's what I'm saying. Don't do what we did.
Stop cutting me off and let me talk.
Okay, sorry.
Thank you.
You go ahead now.
You sure?
Come on, we want to go get.
All right, cool. Right. So like I said, if you're dating for a while, you will start to see some flags here and there that you can say, okay, do I want to deal with this or do I not want to deal with this? So that's what I would say. We was only dating for we met in February, we got married in October. So we kind of learned each other on the fly. Yeah. Tawa still had issues with my ex-wives, and not in the sense of, for some reason, she just thought I was going to go back to my ex-wives, and which I told her that was never a case. Right. I cared for my ex-wives, but I was never going to go back to them because, and I've always been truthful with that. Yeah. I've always been truthful. I've always cared for my ex-wives. They're my ex-wives. They're the mother of my children. So I always have.
I don't suspect for you to hate them.
Right. I'll always have love, but not that kind of love that I have for you. I always have respect and love for them because they're part of my life with my children. But I never will go back to them because when you go back to something, you left it for a reason. Right. So you don't go backwards, you always go forward. Right.
So but I would just say really get to know who you're dating. You know what I'm saying? I know the love is there. I know everything is good and bouncing around and everything. Emotions is high. Everything is just high. So I would just say once that cool down, really get to know who you with. Get to know his family. If he's taking you around his family, get to know who know him. You know what I'm saying? Because trust me, people will start telling you things you'll be able to kind of see and start putting two and two together. So I would just say really get to know him and his folks. Don't leave that out. Friends, enemies, frenemies, all of that. Get to know them for yourself.
I knew he was gonna put that, but first I want to answer. It's funny that Kelvin put the first one up.
This one?
Yeah.
Okay.
He said, "Don't tell your business to anyone," because actually, reality, this brother knew my business because we was in the car he'll hear my business.
Right.
So it's funny that he actually put that. Don't tell your business. But he's right there.
Don't tell your business to anyone.
Don't tell your business to anyone.
Okay, because if you go and be asking everybody all these questions, they're gonna be like, "Oh, this and all that." And everybody can have different views from different places, and you don't need all that in your life. Okay.
Right. So don't. Yeah.
And so the next one is which is the hard one. Don't sleep together if possible. Listen.
No, it's possible.
It's possible.
No, it is possible.
I'm saying it's possible. When you sleep with someone, it make it so complicated because.
No, but I'm saying you said don't sleep if possible. It is possible not to sleep with someone. You don't have to.
No, I'm saying you don't have to. I'm just saying what Kevin said.
I know.
I was just saying because when you're sleeping together, it just frustrates. It make everything like, do I love him? Do I not love him? Or do you just love the sex? Or do you just love what he's giving you or what you giving him? You know what I'm saying? It's just all of that just make it more complicated and make it even harder because now you attached. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Especially if he giving you good loving. You know what I'm saying? And then next thing you know, you all in the mood.
Candace, the next question, I'm sorry to cut you off, but the next question you just asked, right?
Right here?
We are actually, yes. Does the introvert extrovert thing affect relationship dynamic? It does. But the funny thing is, starting next week, right?
Yeah.
Starting next week, believe it or not, starting next week, we are going to have a 4-part series on marriage, empowering children.
Yeah, youth empowerment.
Youth empowerment.
Mm-hmm.
What's the next one? What's the third one? I can't remember. That's
yeah.
the third one. I can't remember the moment.
Mm-hmm.
And then a brother who wrote a book, Ashe Daniels, Kindness Defined.
Mm-hmm.
And we're actually going to talk about that. Actually, next week. Well, we're not sure what he's going to talk about. We're going to talk about mental health next week. But we will be talking about that, about introvert and extrovert.
So please come back for that series.
So come back for that series. We actually will be talking about that for the next 4 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
In and out with this brother Ashe Daniels and his wife Tony Daniels. We were just having that discussion. It's funny that you asked that question because
but to give a little answer to that,
it can affect it because, like myself. What would you consider me, an introvert or an extrovert?
I would say you're an introvert.
Because I'd like to be by myself.
You like to be by yourself, but then you still like to be around people.
Right. So I'm actually a little bit of both.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And it did affect our dynamics a little bit.
Yeah, because sometimes Peter just didn't like big crowds.
I still don't like big crowds.
He still don't. So depending on that, we'll go or not go. And I was okay with it. So whether he wanted to go or not. So I guess it just depends on it and what you're willing to. I mean, those little things like that is something you either going to get used to when you with that person, the relationship goes on, or you just depend. It just depends.
Right.
Sex,
will cloud
things. I would.
And you can put up that next one, and I'm gonna say this.
Which one?
The first one. This one. Yeah.
This one?
No, this one. That one. No, this one. That kind of split.
Oh, I won't.
Yeah.
Okay.
I know you made that mistake when I first asked. I said I want to sleep with him before marriage. And I was like, I know that's not Candace. I know it was that because then she typed put the next one. I want
to be awakened.
No, she put don't want to sleep. Typo. Sorry.
Okay. Got that. Don't want to sleep. Typo. Okay. Got you. Yeah. Well, then that's good if you don't want to sleep because sleeping.
She would. We know Candace. Candace would not.
I'm not saying that's what she would do.
I know.
I was just saying,
That's why when I first read the first one,
Candace,
I was like, that's gotta be a typo.
Let me tell you something. I tested the waters, okay, and I needed that for myself. I'm sorry, I'm just being honest. This is really wrong, but I did.
Wait, you was in a different place. Would you want to do that now? Because at the time you was not.
Okay, at the time
your mental state was not the same as now.
I was not.
So let's reframe that.
Okay, I said to go back and change it. So what had happened was, before I wasn't like I am today spiritually. So I would say me at that time, I did test the waters because I was like, well, I need to see, what I'm saying, what it is. Like if it's going to be able to hold me in, if I marry this guy, is this going to be the pitfall of our marriage if the sex is not good? So, I did do that. But, and you know what? I don't regret it. I'm glad I did because, hey, I'm still here today. 16 years later. Yeah.
Yeah, because we actually slept together fast.
Yeah, we did.
To be honest about it, we did. We did it before marriage.
Our eyes blinking. We was like, ooh, wait.
Yeah. So you don't want to follow our path that we went.
Don't go down that road. But yeah.
Yeah. But we knew. I knew it was a typo right off the bat, Candace. You didn't have to put that. I just looked up that word because I never heard of ambivert. Yeah, I think I am that. I think I'm a mixture of both. I think I am definitely a mixture of. I have moments where I want to be around. Like when I went to the podcast convention, I hated it for that reason. It was too many people. Yeah. No, like the first day was rammed. It was rammed.
Yeah.
The second day was less people, and I was like, "Wow, this is so much better." Yeah. So yeah, I would say that I am with that word is ambivert.
Yeah.
Because I'm a mixture of both. I can be both. I can be by. I think that's what made me so different. I can be by myself, and then I could be. You know,
I'm definitely like that. I like people, but don't like people. If that makes sense.
You don't like nobody.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, I like people.
You like
I like
friends?
being around people, but then I don't like being around people. I don't know why I'm like that.
No, you like being around people, but then you be like, okay, you can go home now.
What is your definition? I'm like, okay, you've been here long enough, but now you got to get the heck out of here. Okay, what is your definition of true, real love?
True, real love is to be
somebody that's going to be able to stick it out no matter what.
Yeah.
No matter how things get bad. I'm talking about bad. We've been there, right, babe?
Yeah.
We've been to the point, regardless of everything we've been through, I never wanted to be with somebody else or be married to someone else.
I would go a different way. I would say this. For me, true real love was this. If you can still do for the other person when you're pissed off at them.
Yeah, when you're mad at them, yeah.
That's real. To me, that's real love.
Yeah.
There was days where Tyler would just irritate me and piss me off and just make me totally upset. And I would still do what I had to do for her. Like if she needed to go to the store or had to go to work, I would still take her. And I wouldn't, I would just be quiet because I'm not going to argue down the road because I'm just trying not to argue. But true real love to me is just loving somebody like Jesus would love us, and just loving somebody for their faults, for their good, for their bad, for whatever they are. You just love them for who they are, knowing that they're not perfect, and knowing that that they're not going to be they may disappoint you sometimes. Because I disappoint Tyler. I've disappointed Tyler plenty of times, and she's disappointed me sometimes.
Yeah. But
that doesn't mean that I still don't stop loving her.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. I never stopped loving my husband, regardless of how bad things was. I never stopped loving him.
Yeah, she said people.
Wait a minute, I'm trying to see what Kevin said. No, she didn't. You had issues within yourself.
Oh, definitely. That's my point. Yeah, definitely. I definitely had issues within myself. Yeah.
She said.
I closed my eyes. I'm sorry. I'm jumping ahead.
Open your eyes, son. Open your eyes.
No. She said people say treat your boyfriend.
Don't treat your boyfriend.
Don't treat your boyfriend
like a husband for him.
No.
I agree with that.
No, treat your boyfriend like a boyfriend.
Treat him just like a boyfriend. Because
I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this. When you are dating somebody, and when you're married to somebody, they say all the time the paper changes. It really does.
It really does.
It really does. When you're with, let's put it this way. If you have a boyfriend or girlfriend, a boy with a girl, like dating, and you get mad at them, and you're dating, I can go home,
right,
and you can go home,
right.
So it's a difference. But when you have a husband or a wife, and you have an argument, you can't go home, and they can't go home,
right,
because you're already home.
Yeah,
it's different. So you can, people say don't treat your boyfriend like a husband, because it's a difference. It's a big difference. A boyfriend is a boyfriend. A husband is a husband. You can do some things with your boyfriend that you would do when you're married to him.
Right.
But you never treat him like I would say don't treat your boyfriend
like if y'all together or whatever. Let's say for instance, just for an example, if you at your family house, you don't go fix his plate of food. You not his wife. He get up and he go.
Wait. No. Plate. I disagree. You can go fix the man a plate of food.
I bet you.
You did used to go cook me some food.
I did not do that for you. Not when we was dating.
When we was dating. When we was dating, I used to cook for you.
Yeah, you used to cook for me.
And you wouldn't eat my food.
But I'm just saying,
you wouldn't even eat my food because you would eat before you came.
Right. I'm just saying. Kevin made a good point. Don't play house. Don't play with it. Just don't.
But no. See, no. Making a plate is not playing house.
No, I'm just saying. No, not about Kelvin saying the point of playing house. I said I'm not gonna fix nobody's plate. If we ain't married, you get up and you fix your own plate. What you think this is?
Woman, you can get them and fix me a plate.
That's different. We married now, aren't we? Okay, you better get it right.
She said Pedro closed his eyes to share that definition. That was deep. I didn't realize I did that.
You did. Calvin said, "Don't fix his plate." See, Calvin on my side.
Calvin always on your side.
No, I'm just saying.
I'm starting to think that little Pedro and you had him, that's a thing. Like we always joke about it, but I don't know. Sometimes I wonder.
No, I just think it's important not to play, because that don't mean that the man gonna stay around. You doing all this extra stuff, and at the end of the day, are you still gonna be dating or more no less? You know what I'm saying? Because of doing all of that extra stuff, like forget that. Fix a nobody plate. He said, "Leave my foot out of it." He's so crazy. Oh my gosh.
For those that don't know, my son and him are born on the same day.
They are. That's why we said
that's our little inside joke for.
She said finance, sex, and spirituality are the big boys in relationship. What are your cliff notes on this?
Okay, so finance. Always be truthful with your partner with the finances. Mm-hmm. You can have one joint account and then have like your own separate accounts, but don't because I used to do this. I used to deal with the money and then wouldn't tell the truth, and then we're spending it on something else, but not spending it, or go buy something and don't tell Tower, and then it just pop up and she's like, "What is this?" And I'm like, "Oh, we had the money, but we really didn't have the money." So finance, when it comes to finance, you have to come to a common. You both have to sit down and discuss with each other how you want to do the finances, how you want to handle the finances, how you want to delegate the finances. Like, is one going to pay all the bills, or you going to, my paycheck is going to pay these bills, your paycheck is going to pay that bill. And if it changes during that time, right, or if it's going to change, like if you lose your job or you get laid off or something, then you have another discussion. So it's a consistent communication. You always have to communicate when it comes to finance. That would be my cliff note on that. Communication is key when it comes to finance.
I would say
that's it.
Open book for
with the spirituality, I'm skipping over sex for this reason. The spirituality, if you're both spiritually with each other and you're both spiritually in the same mindset, and if because weird thing or not, even though Todd was Baptist and I was Adventist when we met, we were kind of together spiritually, because I was a little bit behind as an Adventist. I was kind of out the door,
really practicing,
right? I wasn't really practicing. But then once we got baptized together, we became one finally as Adventists,
spiritually,
or not even as Christians. And we learned that the other day as Christians. Then. That allowed us to be better towards each other, because spiritually we was on the same page. You have to be on the same page spiritually. You cannot be all over the map. One can be doing one thing, the other person can be doing the other thing. I don't believe in that. A marriage can work that way when you have one person that's spiritual but the other person isn't.
Well, I don't believe that two people in a marriage can have two different religions. I mean, two different faiths, and it's not the same faith, because one person gonna want to teach the children.
I'm sorry, not to cut you off. To be fair, when we had, you was Baptist, I was Adventist, and we went to Pastor Smith, Alonzo Smith. He said to us, I remember this specifically. He said to us, "Pick a religion." He didn't even say to pick Adventist. He said pick a religion. Be Baptist or be Adventist. Be one or the other. Don't one be one and one be the other.
Right.
So we're not saying that you have to be Adventist, because I want to make that clear. You just be a Christian. Pick. You both have to be of the same like mind.
Right.
Will be my cliff note on that.
I agree.
Be of the same like mind spiritually. And if you are the same like mind spiritually, and then you get married, the sex will take care of itself.
Yeah. But I would say with the sex still, that sex needs to be ongoing. You know what I'm saying? You can't, deprive your mate of not having sex with them because, especially if you're mad, I'm not going to have sex. Sometimes that's the first thing to go when you have an argument in a marriage. With the sex, you stop having sex. Like, I think the sex should be more, when you having an argument, because you're able to, what's the word I'm looking for, Pedro? You're able to connect with each other.
Well, you do connect when you have sex.
Yeah, I'm saying, but you connect and it brings everything down. You're able
it opens up the endorphins and all that good stuff. It opens up, takes away headaches.
Yeah, I think
stress.
Yeah, sex is important. It does. My head gets so much better. But I'm just saying, sex is important. Sex is important. That's number one. That's key. You know what I'm saying? Like, sex is what connects. It's like the glue. You know, it just put it all together. You know. And it makes you guys.
Let's be real. You wouldn't be marrying somebody if you wasn't thinking of having sex with them,
right?
So plain and simple. I think that's why Tara said earlier that she wanted to try it out. She did it the wrong way, but she wanted to try it out before she got married because she wanted to make sure that it was going to be good if we did get married.
Yeah. Well,
let's see. Well, let's be honest. Sex wasn't meant for pleasure. Sex was meant to create life, not pleasure. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, it was created for pleasure. It was
for pleasure too, Calvin, honey. You know what I'm saying? It was for pleasure and for life. Okay.
If you don't have pleasure, then why are you having sex?
Because if I ain't getting no pleasure from it, then you might as well.
I'm talking about as a married couple. Oh, he said no.
Okay, that was a typo. Quote from a friend.
What do you do in your courtship forms? What you do in your courtship forms a foundation for your marriage. What forms a good foundation while dating and courting? Gotcha. Okay. Yes. Well, we get to that in a minute. Quote from a friend. What do you do with courtship form? Like I said earlier, when you get married, it changes.
For some reason,
and it's just a natural kind of a reaction because, like, I would not do certain things now when I was courting Tara that I would do once we're married.
Yeah.
So, what forms a good foundation while dating and courting? Like we said, communication, being honest, talking to each other, always be truthful to each other, and always have respect for each other.
That's right. Don't lose respect.
Don't lose respect. Always consider the other person's feelings when it comes to each person while you're dating and courting.
Right.
And then you just it's like a learning process. It's like a constant learning process as you go along. Because even now, 17 years later, I'm still learning things.
Because at the end of the day, when you're dating, you just getting to know each other. It's kind of like an interview. You know what I'm saying? You getting to know these person. You ask them questions. You're doing all of these things. But when you get married, it's a whole different level. You know what I'm saying? You stand with this person. You see them on a daily basis. The attitude, the actions, everything comes out. You know what I mean? So you never really just know a person. Every day is a new day for you to find something new about your mate. I would say that.
Hope you answered that question.
I hope that answered that question.
And now we have to talk about that more.
Yeah, we definitely. But I would just say, when you're married, it's when you're dating, you're here, and when you married, you here. You on a whole different stage now. Because you that person's wife and he your husband. So now, you getting to know each other ways and what dislikes and likes and all of that. So it's going to be some things you're going to see. You're going to be like, wait a minute, I didn't even know you was like that. Or I didn't even know you did that. Or I didn't know it's going to be like that. You're going to have those moments.
I just thought of something. So pretty much you're asking like what forms of good. The good foundation would be what you do what you was doing when you was dating.
That's right.
And courting, even when you become married.
Yeah. Don't stop dating when you're married.
You're going to lose some of the things. You're going to lose some things when you become married.
Yeah.
And when you have children, you definitely lose things because now you're responsible for a child.
Yeah.
So it becomes different.
Yeah.
But your foundation should always be the same, like dating, courting. It should like
praying together.
Well, that's obviously always the number one, praying together. But like for my wife, even though she had children, I still look at her the same way I did when I first met her.
Right.
Because she's always like, oh, I'm different. Oh, I'm this. And I'm like, well, I don't see it. So it's like
when you get married, your body change, everything just changes. Right. Even man and female change. Yeah.
So I would say that a good foundation is to always keep what you fell in love with them with. You keep that always in your heart and always in your mind when you're married to them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that is
That'd be a good foundation.
That would be a good foundation for sure. What did she say?
Pleasure, procreation, praise unto God. And Kelvin said, "Man made it for pleasure." I think God made it. I think God made it for pleasure. I really think God
didn't make sex for it to be unpleasurable. He made it for us to enjoy.
He made it for procreation. Yes, just to procreate. Yes, but it has to be pleasurable.
It has to be pleasurable. Because if it's not pleasurable,
you're not going to want to do it.
Right. Yeah.
And there are people out there who will be having 10, 15 kids.
Right. I think, God made sex to connect husband and wife so they can be on a different level when things are, what I'm saying? It helps in a marriage that you're connecting on that level. It brings one together. It makes you feel like you here. Say if the sex is not pleasurable, you're going to go somewhere else to get it.
Mm-hmm.
So you got to be able to connect with your husband or your wife sexually to be able to be pleased, and when anything goes in the bedroom when you're married, you know what I'm saying? So when you're married to that one, you have to, it's all in, you all in, you know what I mean? You all in.
Good thing this one? Yeah. She said, respect can be viewed differently. I think tone of voice and protecting each other is important. But what is respect really in a relationship?
I agree with that.
Respect is just understanding the other person's feelings, understanding the other person's views. Because Tara is never.
I would say listen. Listen is the key.
Well, could you stop talking for a minute?
Sorry.
1 minute.
I'm sorry, I got excited.
I know. Listening is the key.
Yeah.
But like with me and Tara totally thinks things differently than I do.
Mm-hmm.
So I respect. I have to remember my tone of voice, and protecting. I don't really try to protect her in the sense of I'm gonna say it. I feel if I be truthful to her, I'm protecting her more than if I say it. If I lie, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, but I do try to keep my tone of voice to a certain way, so she would hear me. Because if I say it one way, she's not gonna hear me. She's gonna totally block me out.
Yeah.
Likewise. But for me, respect is what is respect really in a relationship? Respect is pretty much just understanding the other person's opinion and belief and understanding. Because sometimes they may not understand exactly what you're trying to say, so you may have to go extra harder to explain it to them.
And be willing to do that.
And you just have to be honestly, know that this is what I need to do in order to have them understand.
Right. Yeah, just, sit down, talk, listen to each other, okay, and don't shut them down mentally. Because sometimes for me, what I learned being married with Pedro is that sometimes I used to already shut him out before I even got to the listening part. I'm like, forget it. I don't even want to talk about it now because I already made up in my mind that I don't want to listen to him. So I would say the best thing to do is really open up your mind to listen. Actually listen to what they are saying. Comprehend it. Take it all in. Even if you have to go back and revisit and be like, okay, I heard you. I didn't hear you before. I hear you now, type of thing. But just be open into listening, because communication is not just about talking to each other. It's about actually listening to what the people are saying or or your mate or your husband are saying to you.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you don't get married to the
You don't get married to the body parts. You get married to the character.
That's right.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah, because the body parts don't mean anything.
Kevin, you were saying true to the sex part? Let me see what he's talking about.
No, this is Candace. But I see Candace right there put what we was talking about. We didn't say that, but the word Eden means pleasure. It was a garden of pleasure. He loves sex and man and women love. That's why the enemy wants to attack that love. That's exactly right.
And see, that's why it's an attack on marriage. You get what I'm saying? Okay, I can go really deep into that subject, Candace, when we talking about the attack on marriage, because I'm gonna just say, can I say this one statement? Okay, I'm gonna just say this one thing.
You say it already?
Okay, so I was for two women or two men to be together sexually, you're not really pleasing each other. You know what I'm saying? In that way, because now you got to use different things, devices, and all that stuff to get that extra stuff that you would get if you just normally have a husband and wife, and you're able to do those things. So, I think the connection is I just think it's just all messed up when you have the same sex trying to do the things as a husband and wife would do. because two testosterones, two females,
I mean, two estrogen, two
estrogen, yeah.
testosterone.
So you have these two female emotional people. You know what I'm saying? It's just never. It's like a mixed up. It's confusing. The whole thing is just confusing.
And that's what that's what the enemy wants. He wants to make you confused.
Right.
Yes. Kelvin made a good point. Definitely, that's why you need to limit who you have sex with.
Mm-hmm.
Because every time you have sex with anybody, you do
take a part of them with you. I agree with that
yeah,
one.
I agree.
I agree with that.
And that's why I think it can. And let me put it this way: when you do that, you can affect when you finally do get married. You can affect the affection. And to be honest with you, that's probably why I'm not as affectionate with my wife now.
Mm-hmm.
Because of all the women I have slept with when I was younger, and I was just out there doing my thing.
Mm-hmm.
I would be honest, I would be truthful. It definitely affected me in the sense of that it gave me a false sense of reality, gave me a false sense of commitment.
Mm-hmm.
It gave me a false sense of a lot of things
where
it definitely would affect me now. I'm better now.
Yeah.
But when it definitely affected me because I was not in the right frame of mind. I was like, oh, it has to be this. It's just like being addicted to porn.
Right.
And you're looking at it being done in porn, and then you're like, oh, I got to do it this way in order to please my wife.
Right.
And that's totally the wrong way because everybody's different. So I know for a fact that when you do sleep with multiple people, it can definitely affect you down the line when you finally do have a partner that you love and that you want to give your all to.
Right.
But you can't seem to give your all to because you have left so many pieces over the years of yourself to other people that you just can't.
Because everybody different. Everybody feel different. Everybody, you connect with people on a different level. So you having sex with all these different people. Once you do get to, you're gonna be like, then you're gonna start comparing your partner to them. You're gonna be like, well, oh man, she didn't feel like, or he didn't feel like this person, or she didn't feel like that person,
or they won't do this what this person would do, or this would do what that person would do, or and so it can definitely mess with your psyche and your mental health in that aspect of dealing with that person, and that's why. Like Kelvin said, you don't have sex with. Every time you do have sex, it does take part. So you try. That's why we try to teach our children. That you don't need to have sex. I told my boys this, my two older boys, to the point now they don't have girlfriends now. And now the funny thing is, I'm like, and I tease them. I say, well, you should have. Can you have a girlfriend now? At least a girlfriend. And I don't mean for the sex part. I mean more just to have somebody to have fun with, bounce things off of, talk to. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. I don't even mean for the sex
But I think right now with your older sons, they really concentrating on their profession, which I think is great.
No, that's great.
Because once they become successful,
like I said, I tease them.
I'm just saying that once they become successful young men and what they're trying to do, then they can become a good husband, that's what I always to be a good provider. Because one thing I would say, my husband, my man, he a good provider. Okay, all right. So let's move on. So, Candace and Tara, I blush when you say the word "my man." Girl, listen, I'm hiding in a woman. LOL. I'm lying to myself or best friend, not outdated. Oh my goodness, girl, listen. I love it.
Oh, okay. I just know what she said. I blush when I say, "Right, my man." Oh, she's talking about her man.
Oh, right. Yeah, her man. Oh,
gotcha.
Right.
Gotcha.
Chan said, interesting topic discussion. Yeah, come on in with the Chan. Come on in. Okay, we have to be done. Time limit today. Okay, so God can and has broken those past connections, bro. Oh, she must be talking to yeah.
God can and has broken these past connections, bro. I made the mistakes thinking I needed a male around to protect me. God protects mentality.
Yeah.
I mean, I for a woman, I think sometimes a woman will give herself to a man more because they feel like they owe the man something.
Right.
And if I'm getting what you're saying.
Yeah.
And it's not necessarily true. Just like you said, God protects you entirely.
I think sometimes, like especially for some women, if they don't have a father figure or something like that, so they looking for that. They looking for that connection with a guy. Not that you're looking for a fatherless person in the guy that you're dating. It's just that connection with the male that you're looking for. And I think that could be vice versa for men. What do you think?
Oh, definitely, because I think growing up, I didn't have a male in my life the first like 14 years of my life. So it was hard.
Yeah, I know we got to wrap this up soon.
I know. And so, yeah, I think it's just, God can hit. That's what I said. I'm better now.
Yeah.
But growing up, the things and I would say this, I would never do anything different.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to say I would have did things different because I won't.
Yeah.
But I just know growing up, it definitely did affect me once I finally did get with Tara and my wife. Then I feel like I needed, I had to work through some things to get to the point where I'm at now. And God has definitely helped us to get to this point that we are now.
Definitely.
And that's a whole other time. Please don't compare the new with the old.
You know what, Kevin? We actually going to do a podcast on not comparing your, old to new.
I'm not comparing my new to old.
No, I'm just saying. I was saying we should do a podcast on that.
Yeah. No, I don't know. I don't even want to phone the.
She said just as good. Felt you both framed a lot. Thank you, Candace.
Thank you, Candace.
And you actually gave us a lot of things to think
I appreciate
about.
You coming on and talking because that's what we ask. We like people to come on.
Thank you so much
to
for being
come
a part
on
of this.
And being a part and talking, so we can answer questions or we can just talk and just because like I said, we're not professionals. We're just giving our own personal
real life experiences,
and own life opinion. So, but we really appreciate you guys coming on. You and Kelvin, and AG Chen,
and whoever else may be watching, and you're just not coming in. It's okay.
Right? It's fine.
Come in next time.
Yeah, I'm glad you're always able to listen, and definitely we thank you so much. So now before we leave, we're talking about Candace.
Yeah.
You know about it more than I do.
So Candace, my good friend Candace Andrews that you guys see that's been coming, she is trying to come over here to the UK, and she got a GoFundMe. They got a GoFundMe. We have I seen a friend of mine have a GoFundMe.
You said the name
for her. Josephine. Josephine put up a GoFundMe.
Yeah, say the name. Well, you act like you say the name.
I'm trying to see where it is. I think I put it on my WhatsApp status. And it says I will put it on the screen, but I can't right now. I can't pop it over at the moment. But right now it's a GoFundMe, and it says, look, I'm still hitting the wrong one.
You can just put if you look up Candice Minister live in London. So CANDICE Minister live in London. The GoFundMe page will come up.
Yeah. I'm gonna see. Can I put it up?
We're asking for anybody that would like to help bring this young lady over. She is a dynamic speaker, and she's such a kind person and a good-hearted person. Always has a positive thing to say.
Yeah.
Always smiling, even when she's sad, even when she's not feeling well. And we're trying to get over here to the UK so that she can come over and do some live shows because she's on she's on the Ray of Hope show with Pastor Ray Patrick.
Yeah.
And she also does a women's show with Candace, Tara, and Josephine, who actually set it up. They do a what do you call it? I don't like to say a women's show because it's not a women's show.
Yeah.
An empowerment for women. Right. You do it. Right.
Yes. So go ahead. Keep going, babe.
So they do that every couple of months for women so that they can just come on to the Zoom and they can just talk. And I think you said you're dealing with lot this time.
Yeah, with Lot's wife. Yeah.
So that's the only thing I know. I don't know nothing else. So they do the lot, and then they'll talk about what her place was and what she did and what did it mean. Yeah. What does it mean to them? I take it because I've never listened, so I don't know. I'm just kind of guessing here.
So here you go right here, guys. If you guys want to donate.
Yeah, we're just asking anybody if you feel impressed or if you feel the need.
It's a support group, like Candace said.
Yes, support group for women. So like I said, if you put in Candace, CANDICE, Minister, live in London, it should pop up under the GoFundMe page at our site. And if you feel impressed, or if you just want to help her out, she would greatly appreciate it. We would greatly appreciate it because we will get to meet Candace. Because we have yet to meet her. We've seen her on Zoom many a time. And, but we definitely would love to meet her. She's been on your Vespo's Vibes too, right?
Yes, she has been on my Vespa Vibes.
If you guys don't do anymore, so we're not even getting into that anymore. But
no, me and Josephine just said that we was gonna
whatever you
get that back, vamping back up again. You know? Yeah.
But anyway, like I said, so yeah, if you guys want to help donate, if you guys want to help get this together, so like doing the encounter, they can do it live. I think we're trying to do it.
Yeah.
We could try to do it. It's called the Encounter.
Yeah.
That's what it's called. It's called the Encounter. If you want to know any more information, anything that we're talking about, you can email us at thegoddessministry@gmail.com.
Hold on, let me pull that up.
You can email us at thegoddessministry@gmail.com. We can send you any links or anything that you may need. If you have any questions or if you have any concerns or if you have any, you just need to talk to somebody, we're here for that too. And like I said, we just want to support this young. That's how I know I'm old. We just want to support this young lady.
That's right.
in her ministry. Yes, in her ministry that she has been doing.
Because she's an awesome speaker, motivational speaker. Yes. She loves the Lord, and you can actually see it through her attitude. And if you listen to Adventist Radio, she have a cook-up that she does on Sundays at 10. What time they start? At 10?
She just starts at 11.
It started at 11.
No, it starts at 10, but she comes on at 11.
Yeah, it started at 10 UK time.
I think.
And
go back to see what did she put another comment?
I think she put it on there. Look at that. Let's see. But yeah, you do that.
I can't see over there.
So she said, "Thank you both. I appreciate the support, and I can't wait to minister with you both." That's what she says.
Cool. All right. Because you took it off the screen.
Yeah, so I did take it off the screen. So I just put that up so everybody can see. So if you guys want to, if you know any women and girls that want to come to the Encounter group that we have, a friend of mine, Josephine, and Candace and I, we do this group, and it's not recorded. It's not a recorded Zoom. So everything we talk about, it stays there. Don't go anywhere else. And, you get to share the things that you go through and the topic that we'll be talking about. And we relay that topic and who we're speaking on. It's like we're doing on June 12th. We're going to be talking about Lot's wife and how we relate to her in our own personal lives. And you can chime in on that. Like I said, again, on June 12th, on Sunday at 2 p.m. AST. And 7 p.m. UK time. You can chime in and just check your time zones, and you can come in and listen in on the encounter that we have on Zoom. And the Zoom ID, I'm going to say that is 823, I can't see Pedro, 823-0968-6219. The ID again is 823-0968-6219. And the passcode is 938181. 938181.
And if you want to get that information because you didn't get it now, you can always, like I said, email us and contact us on Facebook or Twitter.
Thank you, Kevin, for coming on. Appreciate you.
And, right. Yes, thank you everybody for joining us today. Or you can contact us on thegoddessministry@gmail.com.
That's right.
Thank you everybody again for joining us. Thank you, Kelvin, Candace, and Mr. Chung.
And to everyone that may be listening.
Commenting, and everybody else that may be listening and hearing the sound of our voice. We want to thank you again. We appreciate it. We also, at the end of this too, we want to say, if you feel impressed, we would like you to donate to our ministry. You can use # God's Land, or you can use $ Real and Raw Podcast. That's UK and US Cash App. Or if you want to go to PayPal, it's at God's Land.
At Goddess Ministry, baby, read. Right there. Oh, I'm sorry, you don't see it. It's at Goddess Ministry.
You sure? Because that's the one issue we have.
You know what? I think I forgot to edit. Let me go back. You know what? It's at Goddess Ministry, not the Goddess Ministry on PayPal. So let me edit. Okay, and then I'm going to say. Oh, there you go. I fixed it.
Yes, it's at Goddess Ministry. I'm sorry.
So I saved it.
So PayPal is at Goddess Ministry. And again, for Cash App in the UK, it's # Goddard's Land.
Right.
And in the US, it's $ Real and Raw Podcast.
Right.
If you feel impressed, we would definitely appreciate it. It will go back into the podcast. We would like to do a couple of new things and get some things set up. So we just want to thank you all again for for everything that you have done, for listening. And we just want to say you all have a good evening. Enjoy the rest of your week. We did not pray today.
Well, let's pray. Let's pray out.
We did not pray today.
Let's
pray out. Heavenly Father, we want to thank you all. Thank you, Lord, for coming into this podcast and allowing us to have a good conversation. We ask that God, going forward this week, that you be with each and everybody with the sound of my voice, that we all have a good week, that we will enjoy the time that you have for us, that you will continue to bless us and be with us in everything we do and say, and that in the end, Heavenly Father, we'll be all ready for you when you come in the second coming. We ask that God, that you will continue to be with our friends and our families, wherever they may be. And we thank you, Lord, for the love that you have bestowed upon us each and every day, just by waking us up and giving us breath into our lungs each day. We thank you again and we love you for this upcoming holy name. Amen.
Amen.
Thank you for joining us on the God is Real and Well podcast.
That's
My
right.
name is Pedro.
My name is Tara.
Peace.
Peace.
You can cut out